Good morning to one and all. In this video lecture series, we will discuss about the different types of Raspberry Pi board used in the different types of applications in IoT. What is Raspberry Pi? Raspberry Pi is an credit card sized computer which is used in different types of IoT applications. The applications can be varied from basic education to the advanced level of IoT devices and the different types of embedded devices. Now we are going to discuss about the different types of Raspberry Pi board. The first one is the Raspberry Pi 4 Model B. In this type, a quad-core Cortex A72 CPU is used here. It is at the 1.5 GHz. It ranges from the RAM or random access memory of the Raspberry Pi 4 Model B ranges from 2 GB, 4 GB or 8 GB. And the USB cable is of the version of 3.0 and the Ethernet cable is Gigabit Ethernet is used here, and here it has a micro HDMI port. Here 2 micro HDMI port is used, and this type of Raspberry Pi 4 model is majorly suitable for desktop use, IoT gateways and edge computing, etc. The second most important model used for different types of IoT application is the Raspberry Pi 3 model B/B+. Here the quad-core Cortex used here is A53 CPU, and it has power ranges from 1.2 GHz to 1.4 GHz. Here the RAM used here is up to maximum we can use up to 1 GB RAM, and with the help of the Raspberry Pi we can use different types of communication protocols like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and Ethernet, etc. And it is majorly used to connect the different IoT devices, and it is majorly used in gaming purpose, retro gaming and basic automation. Next, third type is the Raspberry Pi 5. It is the latest model which is incorporated in the different types of IoT devices. The quad-core Cortex used here is A76 CPU at 2.4 GHz. The RAM ranges from 4 GB to 8 GB RAM based upon the different types of applications. And here dual 4K video support is available when compared to that of the previous two versions. Where it is used? It is majorly used in the high performance edge computing and robotics applications. It is an improvised model of Pi 4 model and Pi 3 model. The fourth model is the Raspberry Pi 0 series model. It is majorly used in the embedded systems, and also it is majorly used in mini projects. There are about majorly many types of 0 series: Raspberry Pi 0, Raspberry Pi 0 WWH, Raspberry Pi 0 2W, etc. In Raspberry Pi 0 model, single core CPU is used. It is no wireless and it is very compact. Whereas in the case of Raspberry Pi 0 W model, it has a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity. Whereas in the case of Raspberry Pi 0 2W model, it is very small when compared to that of 0W, but it has a much more powerful and it is majorly better used for the edge computing applications. The fifth Raspberry type model is the Raspberry Pi model computer model, that means CM series. It is majorly designed for industrial applications. It is majorly designed for industrial and embedded systems, and also it lacks the ports intended to the embedded custom PCBs. Here it is also available in the different versions CM4, CM3, etc. Next one is this model is the Raspberry Pi 400. It is built into the keyboard as the image shows. It is great for learning, coding and building a compact desktop. It is not common in IoT, but it can be used in gateways or test setups, etc. In comparison, P5 it is an high performance IoT device when compared to that of the other different models. Whether it is a wireless? Yes. And the RAM 4 to 8 GB can be used. In case of PI4, it is majorly used in IoT devices and gateway, and also it has a wireless device, and the RAM is 2 to 8 GB. Whereas in the case of PI0, it is the compact IoT devices which can be embedded with the smart sensors. Here it is also an wireless devices, and a maximum RAM capacity is 512 MB. Whereas in the case of compute model, fifth model, it is majorly developed based upon the different types of industrial or embedded systems. Wireless, it can be an optional method, and the RAM ranges from 512 to 8 GB model. These are all some of the Raspberry Pi models which is used here, and also there are about n number of Raspberry Pi board which is used nowadays for the different types of IoT applications. Thank you.